Okay, guys. So here we go on to the um, next part where we're going to round these corners and give this a double thickness. So I'm going to zoom in down at the bottom here. We've got our two lines here. That's the first line we drew, our 35mm line. That's the second line we drew. And we've got a really sharp point there. So we're going to just change that. We're going to come into our sketch menu and we're going to choose our fillet tool, and I'm going to click at the bottom. I'm going to click on the bottom line, and then I'm going to click on the line that's going vertical. Okay, not this line. I don't want to connect that. Okay, it's between the first line we drew and the second line we drew, not the first one that we had. Oops, sorry, what's happened there? I've lost my fillet tool. Not the first and the last, but the first and the second. And when I click on that, it's going to radius it. I think that radius is a bit big, so I'm going to take that from 9 down to 5 or 6, I think would be probably better. Let's try 5. That probably looks about right. So I'm going to click enter, and that's going to give me a nice soft radius rather than that great big sharp point. Now I'm going to do the same at the top. And so I'm going to need to zoom in pretty tight on this so I've got a nice clear view of what's going on. Then I'm going to come to sketch and fillet again, and I'm going to click on the long line and the short line there, and then the short line and the long line there. But this, as it's coming up at 0.4, I think we can make that a little bit larger. Probably 0.7 would be just about right, 0.7 or a 0.6, something along those lines. That doesn't look too bad. Let's go with that. Click OK. Right, now, once we've done that, we can get rid of this dimension line. We were talking earlier on about that, weren't we? Sometimes it's a really good idea to leave those dimension lines on there. Other times it just gets a bit confusing because you start to mix up your dimension lines with your actual drawing lines and things of that sort. Anyway, there you are. So what we've now got is we've got a single profile that goes from there, round the corner, up to the top. Oops, I've just flipped that over by mistake. I didn't mean to do that. And it keeps coming around the top and all the way down to there. Okay, and that hopefully to you is recognisable as the shape of your frame. However, at the moment it's got no thickness. So we're going to add some thickness to it by pressing O on your keyboard, and then as you touch onto that, you can see that the whole thing is selecting. And then I'm going to drag out this red line, but I'm going to type into the box the thickness of our acrylic, which is 3. Okay, and we're going to press enter. And now we've got something that does start to look a lot like our piece of acrylic because it's got thickness. But it's got 2 open ends at the moment. One open end is here and one open end is here. So it's not yet become what we would call a profile. A profile is a completely enclosed loop or shape which we can then make, we can make into a model. So to close up those loose ends, I'm simply going to press L on my keyboard, click and click. That will close that one for me. Press enter. Then I'm going to go to the other one and I'll press L and I'm going to click and click. And when I do this, my profile will be created. And I can tell that it's a closed loop or profile straight away because it goes this sort of, orange peachy colour, if you like. So we've now got a complete profile of our frame. And in the next tutorial, we will now make this 3D and then we'll start adding the detail to it. Well done.